guys, long time no see. It's been a wild ride this year. I'm gonna do a currently reading, and then I will do a life update, and it's gonna be a doozy. So I have still been reading. When you hear the life update, you will understand why I have not made any videos in a while. So the first book I've been reading is The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. I think everybody knows what this one's about. I'm finding it a bit slow, maybe hard to get through because some of the made up words. Yeah, but it's funny when it wants to be. That's also overdue, so I really need to get it done. I was getting caught up in my reading for my challenges. Things happen. So these are all just catch-up reads for March. And it's Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what this one's about as well. Romance between a figure skater and a hockey player in college. And then Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis. A research chemist turns cooking show host in the 60s. I've only just started it. The next one is Morrigan's Cross by Nora Roberts. It's book 1 of the Circle trilogy. I've only read a little bit as well, and it's like historical and present day, and it's vampires, I believe. So yeah, romance. The other one is due tomorrow and I can't renew it anymore, and it's also for challenges like I think it's for 1 million more pages challenge. But it's Flame in the Mist by Renee Audier. Don't even know what it's about. I just know it meets a challenge. But I think it's young adult and it's fantasy. Yeah. So the update. If you don't want to hear about the update, that's fine. Thanks for tuning in for my quick currently reading. Now the update. I'm going to go back to May of last year. Well, actually February of last year. February 24th, which is my husband's birthday, we found out our daughter was pregnant. We were happy she was pregnant, but we were not happy because she is a drug addict, unfortunately. She got in with the wrong crowd, and they got her to do bad stuff that we're now finding out more and more. But we were happy that we were going to be grandparents. And then a week, 2 weeks later, she lost them. They were twins. So that was last March. So right around the same time, I had to scrap my car because my husband had slid into 3 snowbanks and killed my front end. Since we're tight on money, I couldn't get a new one. So we still, in his van, So then we were getting a new van for him for work in May and June. It wasn't my choice. It was a gift, so we did not have a say of where it was coming from. And then, so that took a month to get that van. 2 weeks after we bought that van, we found out that it was an illegal dealer. He did not have a dealer license, so we just figured, okay, well, we'll deal with this later. The van's working, my husband can work, whatever. August, so we got that in June. August, I'm not going to say who it was because they want only certain people to know about it. But this person was diagnosed with breast cancer. It's not me. It's not. So I was the only one who could help. And that October, this person had a mastectomy. And November got the all clear. So, good. December. My husband's nephew moved in with us because he's moving back to town. December, my husband got sick, really sick, to the point that we didn't have a Christmas. I had to rush him to the hospital on December 27th, and they took one look at him and they said, "You're getting on massive antibiotics right now." It took 2 days to find out what was wrong. He had strep pneumonia, so I almost lost him a second time due to a pneumonia. It was a different type of pneumonia. We had no idea. We thought it was just a bad cold or a flu. He went septic. So the infection went into his neck, his tailbone, and his heart. So they figured, okay, well, we'll pump him with massive doses of antibiotics, and after the 6-week run, we'll do heart surgery. They did an MRI, and they said, no, you need heart surgery right now. So we were pretty much rushed down to Toronto. He had open heart surgery on January 20th because they had to wait for bed. They scraped a 5-centimeter bacteria vegetation on his heart, on his tricuspid valve, out of his heart. The bacteria on his heart. They had to dig so much that it ruined his electrical in his heart. And so now we have to, he just got his Holter monitor off yesterday. So we wait for the results of that. The doctor that comes up from Toronto, we will see him next month sometime to see about a pacemaker. But, so he had open heart surgery January 20th. At first they thought they were just going to go up through the groin, and because he's so young, they couldn't, and because it was the worst infection the doctor had ever seen, and it was the top doctor in the world for this surgery. He said it's the worst case of this that they have ever seen. So there's that. He got out of the hospital February 3rd, I think, and then I had to do his IV antibiotics for another several weeks. And then, well, I can't remember when our daughter told us this, but she's pregnant again. She was even worse with the drugs now. We knew she was on cocaine. I had a feeling she was on crack because her front teeth are going. And then March 13th, she passed away. She was found unresponsive and not breathing, with a crack pipe beside her. But it was so late when she was found after she'd passed, or that she had whatever, that they couldn't save her or the baby. She was 25 weeks pregnant with a boy. So her funeral was on March 22nd. And then also in February, the van that we had just bought died. The transmission blew while my son was using it to come home from work. So now I have to deal with that. I have to try and get my hard money back. I have to deal with my daughter's estate because she was going coach to coach. I had to start a GoFundMe page because my husband couldn't work in the winter. We don't know if he can work. We were told 4 months after the surgery, but now that he has to have a pacemaker, it could be 4 months after that. So we have no income. I was just getting ready to open back up my US shipping. My daughter passed. I'm trying really hard not to cry. So before anybody asks, the GoFundMe link will be in the description below. I'm not expecting donations if you can just share it. The amount that we've gotten was supposed to be for monthly bills. It originally started for monthly bills, and then it went for funeral expenses. And all it's covered is funeral. But we've had to hold back some for monthly bills. So that's kind of why I have not been around. It's just been one tragedy mess after another. This being the worst. This is my sewing room, and it used to be hers. And she painted this geometric wall as an accent, and I'm never going to paint over it. I'll show you. It's all blacks and grays. So that's kind of why I haven't been around. It's been rough. It's going to be even rougher now with they're gone. Yeah, so it's been rough, especially with like, she was dating somebody, but we didn't include him in anything because if she hadn't met him, she'd still be alive. We have to wait for toxicology, which is 1 to 2 months, because we also think she might have been on heroin, because she's got needle marks in her arm, and she used to come here and steal spoons. So we don't know yet fully what she was on. We didn't really see her much, but we had saw her the week before she passed. She came here, and it was such a weird day. And then the night she passed, my back was bad, so I had taken one of my gummies to sleep, help me sleep. And both my husband and our son woke up around 4:30 in the morning for no reason and couldn't go back to sleep. So we figured that's when she passed. And she wasn't found until 9:30 the next morning. So there was nothing they could do. Yeah. So now we have to figure out, like, I have to do everything to cancel everything for her. And then we have to figure out about a van, trying to get our money back. It's been rough. It's been rough. So I don't know if I'm going to come back, or I don't know if I'm just going to start my other channel again and do vlogs on that for my sewing and crafting, and I will probably talk about my life, but I don't know if I'm going to do booktube. I might. I don't know. So if you made it this far, thank you. And just keep us in your prayers. If you can share the link, share it. If you can donate, great. I'm not asking for anything. I'm just letting you know what's going on. So I think I'm going to leave it here, and I will hopefully talk to you soon. Bye.